Senator, is this hearing on Monday going to happen?
Don't know.
Really?
Should. Hope it does. I'm a little more sanguine than some of my colleagues. I think there's a reasonable possibility that Dr. Ford will change her mind again and show up. As you know, this originally started after the whole process is over with. She sent a letter, anonymous letter. Then she decided that she didn't want to remain anonymous. She contacted the Washington Post, gave them the story.
She's saying that happened after she was facing questions from the media, so that
it
wasn't necessarily her choice.
I don't know how the media got her name. I don't know whether Senator Feinstein's office leaked it. I'm not saying they did. I don't know. I just know she decided not to remain anonymous. She called the Washington Post. She asked for a public hearing. We've agreed to that. Last night, again, I haven't seen the letter, but I understand she didn't want to come to the hearing. We did make the offer yesterday. Our staff, our majority staff on the Judiciary Committee, we normally instruct them to work with the minority staff. The two staffs work together. Senator Feinstein has instructed the minority staff to not work with us. That's her call. So our staff's been reaching out. They received a letter saying Dr. Ford has changed her mind, that now she doesn't want the hearing. I think there's a reasonable possibility, given her behavior, that she'll change her mind again. And I'm advising my colleagues not to cancel the meeting. I'm going to be there. And I hope if she wants to testify privately, I'll reluctantly agree to that. I think we ought to do it publicly because I think these are serious allegations, and the American people are entitled to hear her allegations and then to hear Judge Kavanaugh's response. And I trust the American people.
Do you believe Dr. Ford's allegations?
I don't have any information. Everything I have is secondhand. Everything I have is based on the original story that Dr. Ford gave the Washington Post. And I'm not saying the reporting's unfair or wrong. There's been a lot of it. But I don't have any information. I've never met Dr. Ford. I haven't even seen the original letter. I haven't even heard an explanation face-to-face from Senator Feinstein about why she didn't share the info list.
She is saying that she didn't share the information because that Dr. Ford had asked to remain anonymous.
Well, she could have redacted the name. We get redacted information all the time where the names are blacked out. What I would have done had I gotten a letter like this, I would have, my constituent said, I don't want my name used. I would have blacked out the name and gone to the chairman and said, look, I got this letter. Okay, we need to let everybody know, and let's talk about how to proceed. I would not have just sat on it until the whole thing was over with. Well, the confirmation was over, the confidential session was over, the time for written questions was over, the FBI background investigation is over.
Do you think that the FBI, that the hearing should be delayed, or the confirmation vote should be delayed until the conclusion of an FBI investigation, or do you think this is DOJ territory?
That is a fair question, and I don't have enough information to make that decision.
So what
do
you need?
Any information.
What do you, Senator, need in order to make the next step forward?
I really hope Dr. Ford changes her mind. We really need to have the hearing. I think the American people deserve to have the hearing. It'll be fair. I can tell you, I've talked to Judge Kavanaugh.
Do you believe his denial?
He is resolute. I'm not going to answer that question because that's a loaded question because we hadn't had the hearing. So let me just say this. Judge Kavanaugh is a legal rock star. I am so impressed with him. I think he'll be a great Supreme Court justice. But if I say one way or the other right now, that's not going to be fair to Dr. Ford. I want to have a hearing. Let me finish. We are doing all we can to be fair. Okay? We're not bending, we're changing Senate rules. But we've got to be met halfway. Now, Dr. Ford has changed her mind a bunch of times. She's changed her mind again. That's okay. But she might change it yet again, and I think we ought to keep the hearing scheduled.
There are many who are going to hear that argument, Senator, and respectfully say that you're accusing Dr. Ford of essentially changing her story. And
No, I'm not.
That rhetoric,
that's not
but
fair.
What do you say?
Whoa, Kevin. Whoa, time out. That is not fair. I never said she changed her story.
Okay, I want to be clear about what you're saying.
I said she changed her mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's factual. Now, we got to be factual here. She wanted to remain anonymous. She changed her mind. Mm-hmm. She wanted to have a public hearing. She changed her mind. She has the right to do that. All I'm saying is, given her behavior, she could change her mind again. And that's why I am more sanguine. I'm not ready to cancel the hearing. I'm ready to see if she comes. She may change her mind.
The fate of the Supreme Court really in balance here, with the backdrop to all of this being a cultural moment of the Me Too movement. What do you make of this particular moment? Many people are comparing this to Anita Hill. Your thoughts?
I think that there have been a lot of women in our country who have been sexually harassed in and out of the workplace. And maybe I'm naive, but I didn't appreciate the extent of it. And I think those things should be taken seriously. I'm trying to be fair in this process. You can't change the context. This process is over. The confirmation hearing is over. The confidential session's over. The FBI background check's over. The written question submission's over. And then we had an 11th hour allegation. We are trying to be fair. We have changed the rules. We've agreed to a hearing. Now, last night, Dr. Ford says she doesn't want a hearing. All I'm saying is the hearing is scheduled. Please calm Dr. Ford. And I think, given her past behavior, there's a reasonable chance she'll change her mind again.
Senator
I've drawn
Kennedy.
no conclusions. I will be there. 220 Constitution Avenue, room 216. It's open to the public.
Senator Kennedy, thank you for the time, particularly on these particular issues that are
It's
not
important.
immune to the halls of Congress, nor to Washington, nor Wall Street.
Agreed.
And this is definitely a cultural moment.
Look, this is no country for creepy old, young, or middle-aged men. And I think all Americans believe that. Having said that, there's something called due process in our Constitution, and we are trying to be fair to everyone.